Hello guys, hopefully everyone is fine. In this video, we are doing the concept of dynamic constructor. So what is dynamic constructor and what is the use of dynamic constructor? So one of the important reasons why dynamic constructor is used is because it allocates the block of memory that can be accessed or which can be accessed by objects at runtime. It means we are going to firstly create an object. We are going to create the object the way we create any other objects. We are going to create the object. Then we will have a dynamic constructor. Since we are talking about dynamic constructor, it means one of the important thing is use of pointers is very much highlighted over here. So we are going to use pointers to basically allocate the memory dynamically, and we are going to access it using the objects. So whenever dynamic memory allocation is used, because the important point of dynamic memory allocation is that whatever space is required, it gives that space only. So it means whatever space is required gets allocated at runtime. So whatever user types, it will allocate the space at runtime. This is one of the important concepts. So how does it work? Let's say I create a class A, and we have created a class and we are closing the class over here in main. I'm just writing the object A obj. That's it. So I'm writing this particular object. Now I will take the class and the class members as I'm writing int A. That is the that is a variable we are declaring, right? So we are declaring the variable accordingly, right? And we are also declaring int star p, right? So that is pointer. It will allocate the memory dynamically, by the way. So I go to a public section. I create a constructor, a simple constructor. Why? Because we have written a followed by obj. We have not passed parameters to it. So I'm just writing p is equal to new int. So guys, whatever space I want to acquire, I can acquire, but since I want to access only the variables using p, so I'm writing p is equal to new int, and that it is allocating the memory dynamically 2 bytes if you are taking integer size as 2 bytes depending. So if I want to access any space, so I can easily write for I is equal, or I want to get star p is equal to, let's say, 50, right? So it will display that particular space, or it will display star, or C, if you write C out star of p, it will display 50. That's how it works out, you know. So that's one of the important parts of. So when the moment this part is getting executed, we go to over here. P is allocating the memory dynamically. So the object is created, memory is allocated dynamically. Star p is equal to 50. It means whatever allocation of memory is done by a pointer, that is getting displayed over here. So another example of dynamic constructor we can also quote is using dynamic constructor. We can access many values also. Like over here, we have written class A, and we have written int star p and int a, right? So public, I'm using a parameterized constructor a int let's say x. A is given x, and I'm writing p is equal to new int, and we are putting a over here. It means that p is going to allocate the memory dynamically of whatever the value of x is which is passed, and it is pointing to array of integers, right? So we have a function named void take, which will take the values. Void take will take the values in this way. I'm writing for I is equal to 0, I is less than, let's say, a, I plus plus, and it will allocate the memory dynamically also. So I'm writing over here with C in P of I, and similarly I can display the values with void out, and same thing for I is equal to 0, I is less than a, I plus plus, and C out P of I. Make sure you put int over here, right? And I'm rounding it off. So the moment I want to declare an object in main, since I'm using a parameterized constructor, I'm writing a followed by obj 4. So it means, guys, what happens is the moment this function, the moment object is created, this 4 passes to x. A is given 4 value, and we are declaring array of 4 integers. So we'll take 4 values over here from I is equal to 0, 0 is less than 4, 0 plus plus P of I. It will take 4 values and it will display 4 values. This is what dynamic constructor is all about. The moment I create an object, memory is allocated dynamically using P is equal to new int A. That's what we have discussed earlier also. Just see, it allocates a block of memory which can be accessed by object at runtime. So it means the moment I write declare an object, memory is getting allocated dynamically, runtime memory allocation. So if you like this video, kindly like, share and subscribe. If you have any doubt, kindly put it in comment section so that I can answer. Thank you very much for your support.